How's it going, everyone? I hope you're having a kick-ass week. Today what I'm going to do is blend a little of these random woods that we tested last week together to see if we can get something a little bit more special. I also want to tell you the real reason I'm making this video, give a little apology, and also say why I'm kind of excited by this blend here and what it means for the future. Alright, welcome to Still everyone, I'm Jesse and this is the channel all about chasing the craft of home distillation and making it a legitimate hobby. If that's what you're into, team, make sure you subscribe down below because I put out content every week. Just to let you know, this is far from a normal episode though, and this is not normally how we roll. Anyway. So last week we did a little tasting of each of these woods individually, and I got so many comments, requests, and demands even to try blending them together and seeing what happens that I thought it would be a great idea to do that. Let's taste this one over here first, and then we can have a bit of a talk about all those other things I mentioned in the intro before we get onto this one over here. So this, my friends, is 2 parts US oak, 2 parts of the cherry, and 1 part of the maple. So what I'm hoping to get here, guys, are the traditional flavors from the US oak. Mostly the vanilla and the, I guess the sort of general sweetness from it. From the sherry, I'm hoping to get from the cherry, I'm hoping to get a little bit of almost like a sherry finish from it. That's what I found that tasted like in the last video. And the maple, basically I'm just hoping to bump the sweetness and the mouthfeel up a little. Anyway, let's have a go on the nose. It's mostly just the US oak that I get on the nose. Vanilla. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. It definitely comes in first up as pretty much standard oak, but then it sort of, I guess, lifts into the cherry flavors in the middle and then ends up finishing off sweet with actually more of a maple syrup flavor than I ever got off this by itself last time. So that is quite interesting. I do want to actually taste... whoops, that's not the maple. Where do I move it to? I don't want to just taste the maple by itself. Interesting. Yeah, that's much more mapley, like maple syrup, than I remember that being. Maybe the extra week chilling out here, actually a little bit more than a week, has done something for it. I'm not sure if that's what it is. But I actually kind of enjoy that. That's quite nice. Too much of the cherry though. I think I should have gone 2 parts, 1 part, 1 part. That would have been the, I think that would have been a little bit better. Alright guys, so I want to come clean about this episode. Basically the entire family, all of us, all 5 of us are pretty sick. I am by far the least sick out of everyone. And the last week has been a little challenging. So to be honest, I almost just didn't put a video out this week and something just didn't feel right about that. I didn't want to do that. I thought that was pretty lame. So I thought I'd come out here and record this really quick. I can chuck something together and get back to the other things I need to do. I did also tell you that I wanted to explain why this blend I'm a little excited about. Now, first let me tell you what it is. It is 2 parts of the oak to 1 part of the manuka. Now, the reason that I am excited about this is because that's New Zealand oak and also obviously New Zealand manuka too. And if I use those to age a spirit made with all New Zealand grains, I get the feeling I'm heading towards a uniquely New Zealand spirit. Now the obvious choice in my opinion here would be to go with Gladfield malts and probably, I guess, Gladfield distiller plus some manuka smoked grains. So that would be New Zealand grains, some of which would be smoked with manuka smoke, turned into essentially a single malt, and then aged on New Zealand oak and New Zealand manuka wood. in one of the very first videos that I watched when I was sort of trying to get into this distilling thing, the host said something along the lines of make whiskey a litmus test for your area. Make it something that represents where you're from. And I think that's pretty cool. By the way, bonus points if you can let me know in the comments down below who the hell I'm talking about and what video that is. But I do love the concept, guys. I would love to make something uniquely and specifically New Zealand, something that can only really be made here. Anyway, let's give it a taste, eh? Because if it tastes like crap. So this, last time I tasted it, was sort of cigar boxy. Now it's more earthy, almost like leaf litter in a forest, that sort of musty, damp smell, but it's not unpleasant. It does have a little of the vanilla, almost toffee sort of things going on, I guess. I'm not getting any manuka though. It's definitely more piercing and thin in terms of mouth flavour compared to this, but with the maple and the US oak, I guess that's understandable. There's something just not quite there about it. And obviously this being horribly young stuff, it's hard for me to imagine what this might turn into in the future. So there could be something there, it could be sitting on gold. But to me it just doesn't quite have the same sort of aura and grunt to it, the same presence as this one. So I feel like the flavor is here for this one, but it needs kind of a foundation to sit on. It needs that thicker, chewier, sweet, deep, dark sort of base to it that this has got, with all the vanilla and a touch of cherry, I guess, and the maple syrupy sort of flavor too. So it either needs some more of that to round it out at the base end, or it just needs to be much more light and pretty and more of a, I guess, a summer fruit kind of whiskey. But to be honest, I don't know if that's what manuka really lends itself to. So I still love the concept, guys. I'm not entirely sure on the execution. If you've got any ideas on that, I would love to hear down below. And if this is one of those things that does get any further than just talk, obviously it will be another one of those things that I will ask the Patreons to vote on and make the final decision for. Speaking of which, thanks a bunch to the Patreons over here, guys. You make this all possible. And even when we're all feeling like crap around here, we 100% appreciate what you do for the channel and for the family. Alright team, so this is, I would drink this. I would sit around and drink it. It's not amazing, but then again it is a sugar wash and it is only a couple of weeks old as well. This is a little bit more of a stretch. It's interesting and different. To be honest, I don't know if I'd enjoy sitting down and drinking it. I wonder, I know this is going to be like heresy, but I wonder about a little bit of local honey in there. Like just a little bit. So you almost can't even taste it, but it just lifts it and rounds it out a little bit. It's a possibility. Anyway, I do want to try these mixed together. You'll note I'm going with a much more of the US, the pear and the maple than these two. Honestly, I preferred this by itself. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Sorry for the short video, and I promise to be back at it full swing as soon as we're all feeling better around here. If you enjoyed this little tiny short video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you really enjoyed it and you're not subscribed yet, I don't think it's one of those videos, but just in case, hit the subscribe button down below. And like always, guys, keep on chasing the craft. I'll see you next time.